Sometimes, a single leaf can teach us the greatest lesson about life and hope. The last leaf. In a small neighborhood west of Washington Square in New York City, there were tiny, winding streets called places. Artists discovered them. They liked the cheap rents and the old attics, so they began moving in. Slowly, the area turned into a little colony of artists. People called it Greenwich Village. Sue and Johnsy had their studio at the top of a brick building. Johnsy, short for Joanna, was from California. Sue was from Maine. They had met at a restaurant. Instantly, they became friends. In May, they decided to share a studio. By November, a cold, unseen visitor came to the village. The doctors called it pneumonia. One by one, it touched the artists with its icy fingers. Poor Johnsy, thin and fragile. She caught it too. She lay quietly in bed, staring out of the window at the brick wall across the yard. One morning, the busy doctor examined her, checked her temperature, then spoke quietly to Sue in the hallway. "She has about 1 chance in 10, he said, shaking his head. "She has to want to live. Right now, she doesn't seem to. Does she have anything special to look forward to? A sweetheart?" Sue shook her head. "No sweetheart. But she dreams of painting the Bay of Naples someday." The doctor sighed. "I'll do everything I can. But when a patient begins to count the carriages in her own funeral procession, medicine can do very little." When he left, Sue sat down and cried. Then she forced herself to smile, walked into Johnsy's room, picked up her sketch pad. She started drawing an illustration for a magazine, an Idaho cowboy in riding trousers. It was one way young artists earned money. But then she heard Johnsy whisper. Her eyes were wide open, staring out of the window. 12, 11, 10, 9. Sue leaned over. "What are you counting, dear?" "The leaves," Johnsy said softly. "They're falling faster now. 3 days ago there were almost 100. Now, only 5. Leaves? What leaves?" Sue glanced out the window. On the old ivy vine climbing the brick wall, only a few withered leaves clung on. It was autumn. Winter was coming. "When the last one falls," Johnsy whispered, "I must go too." "Nonsense," Sue said, fighting back tears. "Don't be silly. You'll get well. Drink some soup now." But Johnsy only shook her head. "No soup. I want to see the last one fall. Then I'll go too." Sue couldn't bear it. She went downstairs to old Behrman, a gruff German painter. He lived in a dark little room in the building. He was past 60, drank too much, and had never painted his long-dreamed of masterpiece. "Johnsy is dying," Sue told him. "She says when the last leaf falls, she'll die too. What can I do?" Behrman's eyes filled with tears. "What foolishness! A little girl wants to die because leaves fall? Poor Miss Johnsy." Together, they glanced at the vine. Outside, the night grew cold, wet, and windy. The next morning, Johnsy whispered, "Pull up the shade, Sue." Sue held her breath and raised the curtain. And there, still clinging to the vine, was one single ivy leaf, green tinged with yellow, firm against the wall. "It's the last one," Johnsy said. "It stayed all night. Surely it will fall today, and I'll go with it." But the day passed, and the leaf held on. That night, the rain poured, the wind howled, yet when morning came, the leaf was still there. Johnsy stared at it a long time. Then she whispered, "I've been a bad girl, Sue. That leaf showed me how wrong I was. Wanting to die was foolish. Please, bring me some soup." Her voice grew stronger day by day. "One day, Sue," she said, "I'll paint the Bay of Naples." When the doctor visited again, he smiled. "She's out of danger now. Good food and rest will do the rest." Then his face turned serious. "I must see another patient in this building. Old Behrman. He's very sick with pneumonia. Poor man, he won't last long." The next day, Sue came to Johnsy's bed with tears in her eyes. "Johnsy, I have to tell you something. Behrman died today in the hospital. The janitor found him 2 days ago, soaked, freezing, sick. Near him were a ladder, a lantern, and some green and yellow paints. Look out the window, dear, at the ivy vine." Johnsy's eyes widened. The last leaf never fluttered, never moved in the storm. "It wasn't the vine's leaf at all," Sue whispered. "It was Behrman's masterpiece. He painted it the night the last leaf fell."